Yeah, 6 and 54.
Okay. The book of 2nd Esdras and the Apocrypha, chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right. Of him come we all. What does that mean? That means that we all came out of the lineage of Adam after the flood. All the men that was created, they did not bring them upon the ship. The only men that was brought upon the ship was was Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. No other of mankind was brought on the ship, and their wives. But of course, you know, our women raised the lineage of their husband. Right? Them themselves do not continue their lineage. They don't have the ability to continue their lineage. Okay? There you go. Right? So we understand this is why this statement is true, because of the flood. Read that again.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Read.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen. Who did the Most High choose?
Israel.
Israel, when you go further into the lineage. But throughout all generations, there was a chosen seed. You're going to see it's going to come through Shem. And that chosen seed is going to continue through Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. His chosen lineage. Read on.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Most High, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Right.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
Right, because everybody came back to Adam. Noah was told with his 3 sons that they shall repopulate the earth with all the nations that were there prior to. Read on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They're insignificant. The other nations outside of the children of Adam are nothing. Read on.
But be like unto spittle.
Right.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Right.
And now, O Most High, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
right,
have begun to be lords over us.
Right. So according to the scriptures, these nations that rule over us today are nothing. They're not significant with the Most High. His chosen are not in a seat of rulership. Okay? These heathen, these other nations, right, are considered worthless to the Most High. Right? So we have to now, in seeing that, know that we are not to what? Live, think, move, act like these other nations. But we are to put on our heritage, which matters to the Most High. Okay? So now let's go back. Let's go back to Genesis.
The book of Genesis, chapter 10, and verse 2.
Right.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togomah. The sons of Javan, Elishah, and Tarshish, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their land, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations.
Right. I also want to point out something as well. These men now are generations of Yafet, right? And they all have names. Gomar, Ashkenaz, Upatha, right? These names have meanings. Generations to come after these men are going to name their children after the same names. Not when you see a name, and you got to be very careful with this in the scriptures, is it referring to the same person, right? Because like we have names, right? Especially in the world, worldly names. How many those that worldly names? Let's say like I'll think of a worldly name like Jackson, right? How many Jacksons would be in your class? You know, 5 or 6, right? Smith, 13 Smiths in the class, right? So a lot of times when we see names in this Bible, and we try to link up names and say, oh, you see that name? That's this. No. In different generations, people were named the same names. You have to be careful of the character, what generation they're from, what nation are they from. So that trips a lot of people out when they read the Bible and they see certain names. They're like, whoa, that was son of Yafet. No, son of Yafet had somebody with the same name. Okay, with the same name. Okay, read on.
The book of Genesis chapter 10 and verse 5. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan.
Right, Canaan. Remember, Canaan was going to be what? Cursed. Why? Because of what who did? What Ham did. Okay. Put, Cush, Mizraim, Canaan, sons of Ham. Mizraim was the name of Egypt before it was named Egypt. Why? Because the children of Mizraim lived in that region. Remember, the lands were named after the people or an event. This is what the lands were named after. The land didn't name the people. Okay? Even the people that live in Egypt today, which call themselves Egyptian, they're not even of the lineage of Ham. Right? It's Ishmael over there now, calling themselves Egyptian in Cairo and all these places, calling themselves Egyptian. You're not Egyptian. You're not of Mizraim. You are of the land of Egypt. Right? Some people will take on the land's name, but that's not an indication of someone's lineage. Right? Most of us here born in America or some in the Caribbean or case may be. That doesn't make you who you are. It just makes known the origin of your birth. Right? It doesn't make you who you are. So what we're learning here, as we read down, are the origins of lineage. Very important to understand that. Right? It had nothing to do with landmass or events, but the lineage. Who your father is, your father, your forefathers are. Your pedigree, as the scriptures call it. Okay? Read on.
Verse 7. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabata, and Ramah, and Sabtacha, the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah.
Right, so this was being established by the children of Cush, right? Who begat Nimrod. You've heard of Nimrod. That's what they're celebrating on December 25th, right? That's about Nimrod. It had nothing to do with the Messiah, baby Jesus, or anything of that flesh. That was a custom of Nimrod. It was known that Nimrod, when he died, his mother had put his spirit in a tree, right? That's a custom. That's a fairy tale, right? That his spirit is in a tree, and this is where the tree comes into play. Okay, has everything to do with Nimrod, nothing to do with the Messiah. This whole Christmas celebration, is giving of gifts, is how they used to appease his spirit by bringing gifts to the tree. And that's when you get having gifts under the tree. Okay? Has nothing to do with Christ, nothing to do with all that stuff they talk about later on. This is where it comes from. This character, Nimrod. Okay? The spirit of giving. Right? Certain things you don't want to give, right? You want to give somebody a comb. They don't want that from you. Right? So understand that that's the origin of Christmas. So-called Christmas is Nimrod, right? So he's coming out of Cush. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel. Babel means confusion. Okay, that's what that word means. It means confusion. This kingdom was known to be of confusion, and it's going to explain you why, where the confusion, where to get the name from as we read on. Read on.
Verse 12. And Rezin, between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city.
Right.
And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anam, and Lahabam, and Naphtuhim, and Path-Ruzim, and Caslahum, out of whom came Philistim and Caphtorim. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zimmerite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad.
Right. So all these coming out of Cush, who was out of Canaan. Okay, that's how big his family was. You know how much times it split, and how many different generations came out of his family line. Read on.
Verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad. Yeah, Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Geter, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Alamadad, and Shalaf, and Hazarah, Mavith, and Jerah, and Hadaram, and Azal, and Dilklah, and Obal, and Aramel, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwellings was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Shafar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, and their lands after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations and their nations. And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood.
Right. So by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So all nations come out of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All right. You see, Shem had his sons. You're going to see that we come out of the names of Eber, but we'll look at it as it goes forward. We'll explain that. Chapter 11.
The book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was one, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Right, so everybody spoke the same language at this time. Okay. We all interacted and understood one another. Okay. So you can picture that, it wasn't that many people yet, but we all spoke the same language. Okay, go ahead.
What was that language?
Like this, a Hebrew, or a version of Hebrew. Yeah, a dialect of Hebrew. Right. Yeah.
Verse 2. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Right.
And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Most High said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing would be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Right. So what the people were moving in a unison, and they were very strong. They went to build this tower that was to reach up to the heavens. Moses saw this creation that they were doing and was not pleased with this. Right? He said, Behold, look how they're working together. He didn't have that, but I guess before the flood, we were all separate doing what we were doing. But now the people were banded together and they were building this tower. Read on.
Okay. And the Most High said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Most High scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
Right.
And they left off to build the city.
Right. So now, one of the things that separates us as a people is language. Okay. Language is a major separation. You got somebody that speaks Spanish, you speak English, you speak French, we can't communicate. Right? It's hard for us to understand what we're trying to tell one another. Okay? That is a tool that was used to continue to separate us as a nation. All right? That's why when they brought us over here in the slave ships, they made sure that what different European nations colonized us and brought their language to us so that we wouldn't have our language anymore. Therefore, we couldn't get together. We didn't have the strength to band together. So language is a very important thing. And those of us, that should go forward, we should all study Hebrew. We should all study Hebrew. Okay? Just understanding Hebrew or a dialect of Hebrew. Learn it, study it. They have Rosetta Stone and all these different things. You can learn that dialect of Hebrew. Well, we will teach you the ancient Hebrew, but it's good to learn both because language brings people together. And some of our people, they don't speak the ancient, they might speak a more Syrian Hebrew or modern dialect of Hebrew. We still got to be able to communicate with them. So it's important that we understand language is a is a barrier that can be taken away by us educating ourselves on the different languages. Done?
Done.
Read on.
Verse 9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Most High did there confound the language of all the earth.
Right. So like I said, Babel means confusion. You got the name Babel. That's why you get Babylon, Babylon, land of confusion. Okay. Read on.
And from thence the Most High scattered them abroad upon the face of all the earth. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters.
Right. So we have more sons, more daughters. Right. Read on.
And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber.
They begat who?
Eber.
Eber. Now is this the first Eber we came across? This is the same Eber from that we read in the 10th. All right. It is the same Eber. Because remember, you always got to look at the lineage. All right. The lineage make you who you are. So this is the same Eber that we come out of. Like I said, later on, it will show you how we come out of Eber. All right, read on. Yeah. From the past, right? Eber meaning from the past. Also the root word of Hebrew. Okay. If somebody says you're Hebrew, you're saying you are a lineage of Eber. Okay, like when you say you're Israelite, you're saying you're a lineage of what? Israel, the man Israel. When you say you're Hebrew, you're not talking about the language, you're talking about where you come from. Eber. Right? In the Hebrew, it's Hebrew. Okay? Which means from the past. Read on.
Verse 15. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters.
Right.
And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Sherug. And Reu lived after he begat Sherug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Sherug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Sherug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters.
Right.
And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai. And Sarai.
Right.
And the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Ishkah. But Sarai was barren. Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife. And they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelled there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
Yeah. We dive into that. So this is the generations. We have the breakdown of going to Abram, whose name was then changed to Abraham, and Sarai, whose name was then changed to Sarah. And now we understand the generations in which we came out. Okay, so this is our lineage. Very important that you pay close attention to the 11th chapter. This is your lineage. This is where your parents come from, right? As we go through the scriptures and there's prophecies being given, it's going to use back these names so you understand what lineage is it talking about. Okay, so just keep in mind these names. So that concludes the portion for this Shabbat day. Very good portion. I didn't think it came out today. All right. Understand, week after week we do these portions that we have a foundation. This is the foundation of understanding, where we come from, which is important to know where we're going. If you don't know where you come from, how you know where you're going? Okay. So these things were written, give me Romans 15 and 4, is it? Romans 15, verse 4. So we go through all these names and understanding, and lineage and areas. It's important to know these things. Right? Some pastors and preachers might say, oh, you don't need to go through all that. Christ came. So they don't want to go further back than that. But you won't understand why the Messiah came if you don't understand the history. All right? You don't know where he came from or who he came to. If you don't understand the history. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written for Salakia aforetime,
right,
were written for our learning.
Right, they're written for our learning. But we have to learn these things. Okay, that's why we go over it meticulously every week. Read on.
That we, through patience,
through what?
Through patience.
Through patience, it takes time. Read on.
And comfort of the scriptures.
Of the what?
Of the scriptures.
The patience and comfort should come through the scriptures. The more you understand that the Most High's creation, this earth, is all going according to the book, it should be a comfort to know that if everything is going according to prophecy, and if I do what's right according to the book of prophecy, I'll be okay. I need not to worry. I need not to fear the future. A lot of our people fear the future. Okay? You don't got to fear the future if you keep the Torah.
And the comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Right, you might have hope. Okay, the comfort from the scriptures of knowing these breakdowns, your lineage, what the Most High has done on earth, and what he's going to do in the future. Okay, that's why we come together and we make sure we study those old paths. And that is true. So that concludes the portion for this Shabbat. We have to remember to, it is that time where every week when we come and we bring offerings and donations. They're all free will. We don't tell you what to bring or how much to bring. But we ask that you don't forget to do so, because that's very important in keeping this place open, keeping it running, keeping the lights on, keeping everything that we need here, as well as advancing. I know a lot of us want to see this place advance and go out and do more in the community and things of that sort. Well, it's going to take a contribution from everybody. As well, we also have the next High Holy Day that's coming up is next celebration is Hanukkah. Prior to Hanukkah, we have some new moons, things of that sort. But Hanukkah is coming. It's a feast, the 8-day feast. Where's the date for the first day of Hanukkah? 22nd of what? December? Right. 22nd of December. So it's definitely a big feast. The theme of the understanding of Hanukkah is being triumphant in the face of when the odds are stacked against you. Okay. And with the Most High, everything is possible. It's also about, battle, the Maccabees, and stand up against, our oppressors. So that's what Hanukkah is all about. And then once getting the victory, blessing the Most High and dedicating yourself, which is the temple, onto the Most High. That's what Hanukkah is really about. Right now, I know they commercialized Hanukkah out in the world, and we think it's gifts for 7 days and all these things. No, as Esau is propaganda. That has nothing to do with Hanukkah. Hanukkah has everything to do with the temple, reestablishing righteousness amongst the children of Israel. Right? That's what Hanukkah is about. Hanukkah is about getting the victory when the odds are stacked against you because you voted with the Most High. Okay, so, you know, keeping that in mind, we start to build the festivals and how we're going to approach the Hanukkah this year. Many years we did a lot of different things. We'll see what we're doing this year. I guess we'll form a committee of such to determine how the festivity of Hanukkah is going to take place. Also, after Hanukkah, we have the 8th summit, right? 8th Hebrew summit, which is going to be held here. So everybody that wants to help out and take part in that, I hope everybody wants to, because we're hosting the summit this year. So we're going to have schools from the 4 corners coming here to take part in the summit. Of course, not everything's going to be held at this location. We're going to rent a hall. There's going to be a massive amount of brothers and sisters coming from different places, so a hall will be rented. And all that takes, you know, it does take monetary donations and things of that sort, so that we can achieve all this. Okay, and we want to make it a glorious summit. You know, we want to make sure that it's one that never be forgotten. So we're going to put our energies towards it, and anybody has anything they can donate to that cause. We're going to have right after the praise, we're going to have a quick council. It is first Shabbat of the month, calendar month. So we have council. So I express everybody to stick around after the praise, so we can have that council and we can talk about, you know, the direction of where we're moving here at the Light of Zion. Khan? Is there any other announcements that I did not mention? Anything that I might have forgotten? I did mention the offerings. I did. All right.
Also, I did say the text out about the camp in Haiti. Needed help. And,
right.
I don't have no answer. I don't know if people just put envelope in the thing, but
okay.
I got no answer.
Okay. Where's that text? Let me read it. Many of you may have received a text from Light of Zion talking about our brothers out in Haiti. You know, we got to understand that Light of Zion is not only this location, but we have brothers in Haiti and we have the brothers in Jersey. Let's see. It says, Shalom LOZ family. You know, Israel, Light of Zion wants to inform you, if you didn't know that already, we are not just down here in Florida. We have 2 other locations, one in New Jersey and one in Haiti. The camp in Haiti just reached out to us about some financial problems they are having. We want to ask anyone who is able to help now with a donation to get in contact with Hezkiel. His number or get in contact with Hezkiel using this number or by next Shabbat in the school. So, of course, Haiti was hit with that hurricane that they said was coming this way and never made it. Right? That guy. Right? But it made it there. and it caused damage. And the brothers out there who use some assistance from us up here. So anyone that has a charity in them to want to send something to Haiti, you can just bring it up here or see the brother Heskill so we can put something together so we can send it down there. It's important that we support the brothers, that's out there on the front lines in Haiti.
I mean, if there need make an authorization specify an envelope.
Right. You can specify an envelope or let us know when you hand it to myself, Gahan, or Heskill. This is for Haiti, so we can put them all together and then send something out there that's substantial. So they can get some things done out there. All right. Any other announcements that I might not know of, forgotten, failed to mention? New moon. The next new moon is what's the next new moon? I always say the water to everybody. The new moons have been going quite well. It's been give yourself a hand. You definitely been glorifying the Father's new moons, and that's important. That shows him respect when we respect his new moons. All right? Huh?
30th of November.
No. November 28th? You guys November 28th?
28th.
What are you looking at? Well, we gotta look at it. I gotta look at a different app. Because this app has what is that rise and set? That's of the moon?
Yeah. Also, rise and set.
It has 5:54 for rise on the 28th. Huh? That's what I'm trying to determine. If it's army time, 17.
Okay, it's morning.
It's morning. So it'll be Sunday night.
Yes, Wednesday.
It'll be Sunday night then. What do you think?
Oh yeah, Sunday. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Huh? I got that for the set.
So it's gonna be the next day on
Monday night then. Monday
29.
night. What did it be? Monday night?
Yeah, Monday night, that's right.
Okay.
It's supposed to be the 30th.
All right, November 28th. Should be the 20th either. We'll double check it against the other calendar too. Chill Wisdom calendar. But it looks like it's a 28th either. It would be at the Monday night. All right. But like I said, the new moons have been going well. Great turnout, great food, great spirit. Let's keep it up. Let's keep these new moons rolling. Blessing the Most High, His creation. That's how we show respect to the Father, by making it to the Sabbaths, by respecting the Sabbaths, by glorifying them, the new moons. That's the only way, right? Because we don't interact with the Most High face to face. Right? Our only interaction with the Most High is with what He gave us and how we deal with one another. If we come together and glorify His feast, that's how we show honor to the Heavenly Father. Come. Right? This is why it's important that we put our energies towards blessing His feast. So with that, I think that's it. Anything I might have not mentioned? All right. And we're going to blow the horn. Thank Shalom. Thank the Most High for the Shabbat. Send up the praise, because His name is worthy to be praised. And then we're going to have the major council. So. Mario Mopanya, the Russian, stay and face Jerusalem. Hallelujah!
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh the power. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy.
Is the name.
Is the name.
Of Yahweh.
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 Holy,
Holy,
holy, holy.
Is the name.
Is the name.
Hamashiach.
Yahweh Shai. Barak, Rakazah, Ramadan, Rashma'ayah, Akim, Wa, Akwakim, Bamkushah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Yahat, Shatan, Yahat, Shatan, Yahat, Ho, Rai, Yahayim, Yahat, Ho, Rai, Hayim,
all praises be to the power of Edomites, who taken the power of Israel. We thank thee, Yahweh, for giving us the Shabbat day. We thank thee, Yahweh, for opening up thy word unto us and feeding us with all that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's contained in thy holy scriptures. For by the Holy Spirit do we receive understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. So we thank thee, Yahweh, for the blessing of the Holy Spirit. We thank thee, Yahweh, for Yahweh Shai, our Redeemer and our salvation, and our path to righteousness. We thank thee, Yahweh, for remembering the covenant that thou would have with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and remembering us in these last days, and reviving us in this time of our salvation. Continue to bless us and to elevate our understanding and to bring us closer to thy perfect righteousness. Heavenly Father, we ask for thou to forgive us for our sins, blot out our iniquity, and hold out our transgressions against us. But create in us a clean and right heart, that we transgress not against thy law, but bless thy name, for thy name is worthy to be praised. Heavenly Father, continue to be with that little sanctuary. Expand the borders of the light of Zion. Let us grow in thy spirit. Let us do thy work. Continue to use us to bring Yaquab again to thee. All this we ask in the name of our other one, Hamashiach Yahushua. Tawarat Tavyan, Aman.
Amen.
The Most High, hallelujah. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. Hallelujah, hallelujah. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. In the month of May, Yahweh perfected praise. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Alright, once again, we have the council, everybody don't disappear. Let's have a good council. Everybody shy. Everybody disappear. Yeah. Major council. Major council. Well, we just met or we get okay. Yeah, we council about it.
Everybody out there, yeah, he said agree.